gonna get really, oh yeah, that's good and comfy, yeah. So I wanted to talk about something that for some reason I didn't think I would have to talk about. It just never entered my mind, but I think it's time. Magic and Christianity. So one of my videos has gotten to a point where a lot of people are finding it, and with that comes lots of negative comments, and I don't really care about negative comments. I started this channel originally just to post fun things that I wanted to do so that I could watch them years later and laugh and, you know, have memories. Talking about magic was something that I started at spur of the moment because I love magic and I've been studying for so long, and I just missed being in that community and talking about it all the time. I worked for several years as an energy healer and as an herbalist and as a shop girl in one of the largest spiritual stores in America, and I loved working there so much. And I just kind of missed being in that zone, you know? I didn't think I'd have to police the comment section for people condemning other people to hell, and I did. I guess I just never thought that many people would see any of my videos, so I just never imagined that, you know, that would happen. But it has, and with that comes a lot of questions. People asking me what I believe. Do I believe in the Christian God? And are spells against God? Is witchcraft against God? And I mean, I'm going to give you my opinions, but by no means is anything that I say the be-all, end-all for any subject ever. I am just a person living in America who is just sharing what I know, my experiences, and trying to normalize this culture. From the beginning, all I wanted to do was just normalize this culture and make it easier for people to understand what people who call themselves witches do, some people at least, and just kind of make it easier and more accessible for people to talk about these sort of things and with someone that they could maybe relate to. I hope that someone can relate to me. I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to make magic and the subject of magic more approachable. So if someone had a question like, if I do spells, will I go to hell? They can have someone maybe to talk to about it instead of just like, you know, being alone and wondering and blah, blah, blah. Am I blurry? Super duper sleepy right now, but it's okay. How do I answer that question? How do I answer the question of, if I do magic or if I call myself a witch, am I going to go to hell? I can't tell you that. Honestly, in my opinion, nobody can tell you that. I don't know anyone who has died, gone to heaven or hell, and come back and like let me know if it was real or how it happened or whatever. I can't attest to that. I can't say anything about that. And even if someone feels like they can say something about that, if they can tell you, well, yes, I know this because I read it here, and you trust them and you feel that in your heart they're telling you something that is real and true, then yes, that's true for you. If you're someone who you know, has been practicing magic for a while and it has come up and you're wondering about it, but to you it doesn't feel right. You know how you feel. You know that what you do feels pure and it's natural to you, and you had different beliefs, then no, that's not true for you. It really depends on what you've studied, what you've learned, what you've experienced, and how you feel about it. And no one person in the comment section or on YouTube can tell you what is right and what is wrong when it comes to that sort of thing. Spirituality is so incredibly personal. I know people who have had these crazy spiritual experiences where they believe that is 100% true. They have seen an angel, and the angel with all these wings came and told them this thing, and that is their reality. And I know people who have had that same exact experience with like a fairy, or with their grandmother that they had passed away, or with a deity that they had a complete vision of. All of these things are really personal. I think that a lot of things when it comes to the spiritual realm can be broken down person to person and kind of exchanged for a different energy. That made no sense. I just think that people experience the same thing in a different way. You know what I mean? Say you have some kind of crazy vision of another being, and that vision comes to you and gives you a comforting message. I mean, for one person it can be an angel, for one person it can be a fairy, for someone else it can be a bear, or, you know, an animal that they love. It can be just a beam of light. I think that for every person, this experience can be different. And I think that for every person, their decisions or their choices to believe in something or not. It's different. I think that what people are referring to is a very old-fashioned idea that, you know, along with other things, which is sold their soul to the devil, or have all of these, you know, connections with the devil, where maybe they're mistaken for something else. Someone might be mistaking the devil for another symbol or something that they don't know anything about. The bottom line is, if you don't educate yourself about religion, about magic, about what it is that these energies are doing, you're gonna think whatever someone tells you. I just want everyone to study and learn and make their own decisions about what it is. I can't tell you that what you're doing is against God. Here's my son. I just want to finish this video. Come on. All I can tell you is how I feel. If you're someone who believes in God and you also want to practice magic, I do not, me personally, I do not believe you're going against God. That's just something that I believe. To me, magic is just a form of prayer and meditation with tools, and it's you taking action before anything else does. Do you know what I mean? So when I'm doing a spell, it's me putting this energy into motion and putting a firm intention on it, and then giving it off to whoever or whatever follows through with it. If you're someone who's doing some magic and you are, you know, doing your ritual and you're saying these words and you are sending your magic off to God. If you're a Christian and you're sitting at home and you're praying and you're meditating on something that you need and you want, and say you have a white candle lit because you do, you're doing a spell. Not because prayers are magic, but because magic is prayers. It's such a hard thing to explain because half of the time people don't want to hear it at all. People will write you off and they will ignore your explanations of what you're doing because they don't want to hear it, because they have something so firmly set in their mind and they need to continue to believe that for their life to stay in this little box that it's in. People feel like for them to continue having a good life, they have to live a certain way. Everything else must be shut out. So even learning about something new or talking to someone who does something else, that jeopardizes them losing their, you know, perfect world on Perfect Street. There are so many people who won't even like practice yoga, which is so beneficial for people physically, mentally, and emotionally, because they think that yoga is evil, because they think it's yoga is from the devil. These are the same people that think that you lighting a candle and using herbs, plants that come from earth, and if you believe in God, everything on earth was created by God, right? So we're just using herbs and crystals created by God and putting those together into a ritual that builds the energy and makes an impression on the universe that you want something really special, and you're going through all of these things and using all of these beautiful tools to make it happen. I'm trying to make it make sense. I think I'm just trying to explain it too much. I think that, like I said, you just have to make the decision for yourself, whether it makes you feel bad or it makes you feel good. And that's it. There are going to be loads of people that don't want to listen to what you're doing. And they'll see your tools and your books and your candles and your incense, and they'll think that these are products of evil. And you may not be able to explain yourself, which is why so many people who practice magic don't let anybody know. Their parents don't know, nobody knows, because they're afraid of being treated horribly and being cut off and being persecuted for something that they think is really beautiful. I think that's a terrible thing. I think that magic empowers people to go after what they want, to live a peaceful and loving and spiritual and connected life. And I don't think it's any different from people going to church and trying to find another spiritual connection. I think that all of the paths that are leading to love and peace and understanding of yourself and of other people, those are all paths that are beautiful and wonderful. And I think that they're shared. You're not evil, and planting seeds and burning sage is not gonna I mean, I don't really have anything else to say about it. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm just hitting things. I hope you all have a really beautiful day, the most gorgeous of days, and just I'm feeling so emotional right now. I hate when people tell other people that what they do or what they love is wrong. It just makes me feel so badly, because then, like, will they ever grow? Will they ever explore things that they love? Will they ever explore themselves? Not if you treat people or tell people that their opinions are wrong. Have a beautiful day. Explore the world. Wear pink. Peace out.